Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot in Wonderland by Barbara Moore, illustrated by Eugene Smith. On the bottom here is the website, llewellyn.com. Feel free to check that out if you'd like to, of course. Feel free to freeze frame if you need to. Excuse me. Supportive Oracle cards. The Elemental Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Artwork by I got the hiccups all of a sudden. Artwork by Kinga Brishji. I think I'm messing that up. Something like there's no spelling. That way you can find their stuff. Website in the back is rockpoolpublishing.co. I've seen it as rockpoolpublishing.com and rockpoolpublishing.co.uk and other boxes. So I don't know. Maybe .co works. I don't know. I haven't looked it up, and I won't think of it. I'm sure I won't. I never think of them when I go back to the computer, so it's an adventure if you feel like checking it out. a 5-second adventure. What do we got going on here? Ooh. What's with that card just keeps showing up in these readings? I've only done 3. You're the 3rd. I've done Pisces and Cancer, so you're the 3rd water sign. I'm doing all 3 at once. And that pressure card keeps showing up. It's not bad, but the fact that it keeps showing up is interesting. Because none of the rest of these are the same ones. What's going on here for you? Somebody's bugging you. Somebody's been bugging you. Have they been? Okay. We get a little bit more information about this before I go too far. 3 of Fire. They're all over the place. They got the Tower card. They got the 3 of Fire, the Tower card. Somebody is bugging you. Somebody keeps asking you for help. I feel like they're just very problematic person. Maybe there's a couple people. Maybe there's some problematic people. They keep bugging you. They keep getting in your way. They keep needing you to bail them out. They keep asking you, what do I do for this? They keep asking you for help. I think I've said that 50 times now. And I just feel like when I see their name pop up on my phone or I see them at a party or wherever I am, I'm just like, oh, here we go. Like, even if they just say hi or they just smile and they go, hey, Scorpio, you're like, oh, yeah. Whatever, what is it? Like, what is it? Because it's going to be something. It always is. It always is. And it's been, I feel like I've been avoiding it. Usually you do help these people, whoever they are, but lately I feel like I've been avoiding it. I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'm just so... It never really fixes it. It's just like, it's the next moment. It just never really fixes whatever they're doing. I help them with this, they screw up that, or while I'm helping them with this, they're screwing up something else. It's just, they're too problematic. I feel like I'm fed up with dealing with them. And currently I feel like I'm not. I've decided to just not. You know what? If this issue happens for them or this falls apart because they're making bad decisions, but maybe it needs to. I feel like I'm aggravated with it. I'm like, well, if they go to pieces, maybe it's time they went to pieces. Maybe that's what they need to fix their life, because clearly me helping them does not have a good outcome. It just on to the next problem. Every time I help them, they go on to the next problem. Sometimes before I'm even done. And I feel like I am aggravated, but I don't have that surge of anger. I feel the aggravation energy. Maybe that makes more sense. Kind of like I'm not like ranting and raving, just because I feel like I'm over it. I'm just kind of like I'm sick of dealing with it, but like I am annoyed with it, but I'm not energized where I'm ready to like freak out about it. I'm refusing to help. You got the Magician with the ice, which is telling me you could help. There's a lot of things you could make better for them, but I feel like I'm sick of doing it. I'm fed up. I'm fed up with doing it. This is current energy. What's going on? So when Scorpio steps back and says, you know what, forget it, you fix it, you fix your own problems. Why is there's like this good energy in the center? Is it permanent, or like is that because 4 of Pentacles, but it seems like it's upside down. And then the Star card is coming in like in a questionable, like it's halfway both ways, like the arrow's pointing towards the future. Like, well, are they going to start dealing with things differently? Because I feel like other people are trying to step in. Okay, other people are stepping in. I feel like a community effort coming in with that 10 of Pentacles. It usually talks about stability. It does talk about community in a financial way, like what needs to be done, what's right. And I feel like there's other people stepping in and kind of like, you know what? Scorpio's helped you a lot. And you've kind of played off of that way too many times. We're going to help you, but we're going to torture you while we do. I feel like that's this energy. I don't know if it feels a little sadistic, kind of like there's a different energy, maybe a couple different people coming in and helping whoever it is you usually help, but they're torturing this person a little bit while they do it because they're kind of like, oh, we'll help you. We'll get you out of that mess, but we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun. You may not have fun, but we're going to have fun while we do it. Yeah, this, like, it's not just they have to pick it up on their own. It's kind of like maybe they asked somebody who's like, oh no, I'm invested now. And now that we're going to fix it my way, and I'm going to make sure that you don't like it. That might be the energy you have going on here. Because I feel like I'm seeing the Emperor come in here. And I was wondering exactly how the Emperor was coming in. Emperor is a very strong energy. I'm pretty sure the Emperor doesn't have time for BS. And I'm seeing the volcano. When I think of a volcano, I feel that's when earth and fire collide. That's like breaking apart of old patterns sometimes. To me, when I see the volcano, sometimes that's what I get from it. Breaking apart of old patterns. And it's not fun, usually. It's got a very violent moment. It's just going to settle out the way it settles out. It doesn't matter if we like it. That's just how it's going to go. It's kind of like directing lava. As far as I can tell, I don't think you can really direct lava. Not usually. It just comes when it comes and it goes where it goes and you just get out of the way. Especially if there's a lot of it. You're not really going to be able to do that much with it. And I feel like the Emperor coming in is kind of like, that's enough. That's enough of this. I'm gonna shake this up and I'm gonna make sure they hate it. Intentionally, they're making sure they hate it, like with purpose. With purpose. Now, are you? Yeah, you're gonna say something, aren't you? Because it's gonna go on for a while. The Emperor is like a little sadistic in the sense of like it's not just making it uncomfortable; they're dragging it out. Because I get that Seven of Pentacles here. Oh, I'm gonna help you fix it, and it's gonna be a while. You know, you get comfortable because we're gonna be here a while. You know, this is like, I don't know how to explain this. This is like somebody who's in control of your food and they've decided you have to lose 50 pounds and you're losing like a pound a week and you hate the food that they're giving you, but it's the only food you have available. So it's either that or nothing. And you're kind of like, oh my gosh. So it's like, I feel like that's the best analogy because it feels very uncomfortable like that. Kind of like, you're eating all this food that you really don't like, and you're losing only a pound a week. So it's going to take there's 56 weeks in a year, right? That's almost a year. Like, that's torture. That's a lot. That's what I mean by dragging it out. They are dragging it out. I think that's why you're going to say something. What are you going to say? Because I see you saying something, but what are you going to say? Like, we're not going to have the exact wording, obviously, but like the general error about what you're going to say. Tower card, and then the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Ooh. So that you're counteracting that seven of Pentacles. Like, it doesn't have to go this way. Like, we don't have to drag this out that long. Like, we can shorten this up. I don't see the point in dragging this out. I feel like you come in, I don't think you're expecting to, but I feel like you're like, all right, listen, yes, they need to clean up their own mess, but I don't think we need to torture them that long over it. We don't have to drag this out over a whole year. And I feel like the Emperor is kind of like, but I want to. They made me get involved, so I'm going to enjoy it, and this is what they're going to do, and this is how I like it. I feel like I know this is kind of rude, but you're stronger than the Emperor. It's not going to be an easy fight. It's not going to be a fun fight. But if you dig in your heels and you've decided this is going to change, you can make it change. It's just going to be a brutal fight. It's going to be quite the brutal fight. Because I feel like you are getting involved. So I feel like you're kind of like, all right, listen, work with me, Emperor. I'll help you out with this if you change how you're handling it. Is that really how you're doing it? Is that right? Are you negotiating with the Emperor? Is that really happening? I mean, if you decide you're going to do it. Yeah. Okay. So you got the Emperor. No, that's not the Emperor. It's the Hierophant and the Emperor's down here. And then the Hierophant's on the dice. And then the Page of Cups. You want a different outcome. I feel like I think you're making a deal with this person. Kind of like, all right, if you change this, it'll take a third of the time. They will learn their lesson. If you do that with them, I'll do this for you that I know you want and I can help you get. You're making a deal with the Emperor on this other person's behalf. I'm kind of surprised you're doing that. But I feel like you're kind of like, all right, listen, it needs to go better, but this is not right. I feel like that's how you're looking at it. Like, all right, this does need to go better, but this isn't right. And I'm just kind of like, I need more control over this. There's also other people around helping you. The pressure is being released. I saw the pressure card come in next to the Ten of Cups, and I was like, I wasn't sure exactly how that was going to add up, but I feel like other people are helping you release the pressure. So whatever you're agreeing to help the Emperor with, you might have other people helping you make that happen, which I don't think is a problem. The Emperor wants their outcome. As long as they get the outcome they want, I think it's fine. But you might be enlisting other people to assist you with whatever the Emperor needs to maybe take care of that a little quicker. I don't see that being a problem. The outcome is kind of like when I get to the end of this, I'm looking at the whole situation and I'm just kind of like, whoever this person is, the problematic person, I just feel like I don't know what to do with them at this point. Because I'm like, I don't feel like this is, I feel like they've done something better but I'm questioning, did they really learn the lesson? Like, I'm starting to question if they really have the ability to live their life successfully. Like, is this just something that's not fixable? And I don't know. I feel like I'm questioning, like, what am I going to do with this person? Because if I don't help them, somebody else steps in, and then I really don't like that either. I don't know what to do with them. So is there any more? Is this an uplifting reading? I don't know how that's uplifting. Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles and the Lover's card. You care about them. I feel like I don't want to do it. I think that's what it is. Because I feel like my first reaction is like, I don't know what to do with them. But I feel like I have to find a different way to handle them. And I have to like... I feel like I have to like find a way to restrict them without controlling them. I don't know how to explain that. Like, I feel like I have to restrict them without controlling them. And I feel like you're more involved with their life after. Really? I feel like you're more involved with their life after than you were before. Kind of like, I didn't want to do this, but you're like, the way this last situation worked out, you're like, I kept fixing things, it didn't seem to make things right. I stepped out, then I didn't like how that worked out either. So like, I guess I just got to get involved with it, and I have to kind of like try to guide it the best I can. I don't really want to control this person, but I feel like I have to try to restrict them or make it harder for them to make mistakes. And then I feel like you're going forward and you're kind of like, I'm kind of taking a page out of the Emperor's book. Like, I'm going to make them fix their own mess. I'm going to make them fix their own mess. I'm not going to make it a fun thing, but I'm not going to torture them ad nauseum. So I was like, I'm not going to make them like pay me back over a full year, but like I am going to make it so they don't really like it. So like it may be instead of a whole year, maybe a month of whatever I need them to do so that they remember it and they don't really want to do this mistake again. I feel like you're going at this like I'm going to take a page out of the Emperor's book, but on my terms. Same type of play, but different. Like on my terms, and that's how I feel like I'm going to handle this going forward. I don't really want to, is what I keep getting, but I really don't like how this played out, and I'm like, seems like my best option. I know Scorpio is strong, and you guys tend to look out for a lot of people. I feel like that's where I see this going. I mean, it's a general read. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm a Pisces, so I'm looking at this going, oh my God, I don't think I'd have the energy to do that. But then again, you're Scorpio. You have a lot more energy. I'm just kind of like, oh, I don't know about this. But hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that's helpful. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.